What's going on, Aquarius? How are you doing? Hope we're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of July 21st to the 27th, 2025. So I almost said 2024, but no, we're in 2025. So all of a sudden I have to sneeze. Excuse me. So yeah, we're going to get into this reading, this weekly reading for you. And, sorry about there's weird music outside. I don't know what that is. It sounds like an ice cream truck or like a creepy doll music / peaceful angel music. So I don't know. We're going to have to see what that's about. But anyway, before we get into this reading, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance, Aquarius, as always, for taking the time to check this reading out. Thank you so much. And before we begin this reading, I want to let you know that, actually, I don't have anything to let you know besides I might have to go outside and tell the whatever creepy music to shut up. But anyway, if this reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Aquarius. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pull the energy and see what is coming your way for the week of July 21st to the 27th, 2025. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aquarius. Yeah. Let's see what we got going on here for you, Aquarius. Really interesting energy that you got going on here, Aquarius. I feel like there's this weird feeling of you getting back involved in your community for some of you, or potentially like getting out of that place and realizing I don't want to be here anymore. There's something about, like, for example, there's creepy ice cream or just creepy or angelic music being played. Like, if I were to live here permanently, I would have to be like, all right, like, who's playing this music? Like, how can we talk about it? Or like, how can we at least see what's going on? Like, that sounds really trivial, but for you, for the 21st to the 27th, it's not. There's something about you investigating your immediate environment and surroundings and honestly asking yourself whether or not you're capable of building something where you are versus moving. Because some of you, there is an opportunity for travel, even if it's temporary, for the 21st to the 27th. I think travel is going to be a huge thing, and communication. So it's like, if you're going to stay where you are physically, there needs to be like a re-owning of your power in the environment that you're in. And kind of a lot of you will actually feel a lot of growth and happiness just from that alone. I know that sounds weird, but that's what it is. But there is this question of, some of you here, Aquarius, have a reason to want to go into a new direction. There may be a relationship that's kind of long distance, that's kind of risky because of that long distance thing opening up for you. Even if you're, a lot of air energy, there's something very grounded about this connection. And for some of you, it could be just like a really good fit energy. But before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these energies contain the energy that you need to embody and be in more of for the 21st to the 27th. And the first one is Gemini, the twins, the communication, sign. So some of you may be connecting with a Gemini. And if not, I feel like there's something about your opportunity is communication. And then the energy that you need more of is the communicative. So there may be, someone, I actually feel some of you, Aquarius, are going to be getting unexpected communication from someone. For some of you, this is someone from your past or like past lives. For others of you, you could be really questioning whether or not I want to communicate with this person. Some of you may have been communicating in like dreams or something like that. And there could be like this real risk of, I want to say like a reunion, but for some of you, it's not going to be that because there's been nothing in this lifetime. But it's really interesting because you have Gemini and then you have the third house, which those are basically the same energies, right? The third house is the Gemini house. So communication, interaction, the communicative. And then you have the 8 of Wands in your opportunity. This is all about communication, but there's something about a judgment call in your challenge that is going to be made from the 21st to the 27th. And I really feel like for you, for some of you, it's about investigating what went on between you and someone in the past. Okay. And now for some of you, if this is not for some of you, there could be someone coming into your life that just like feels like it like shifts your timeline and timelines of what the past has even been, if that makes sense, in a really weird way. The next energy you need more of is Aries. So there may be an Aries involved in this. Your relationship with this person in the past may have been kind of Aryan, combative. Combine that with third house communication, and Gemini could be a little bit immature from time to time too. But there is this real sense here of you being like, hold up, wait a minute. Like, if I don't like where I am, I have to really think about the consequences of staying where I am. And if I don't like where I am, maybe I can like get out of my chamber and like change that. I know this sounds really trivial, but this is a weekly reading, right, for 7 days. But the energy, whenever you happen to see this reading, is when you need to hear it. So this is going to be more of an important reading when we start clarifying. But for a lot of you, this has to do with love, and it has to do with romance, and it has to do with questioning whether or not you want to move into this with someone. Someone is on your mind, so I don't really care. I'm going to stop like overdoing the like who is it for you. Maybe we'll do like how do you know who this person is. But the way that you know who this person is that some of you, there could have been distance between you, or they could have like traveled. There's something about traveling. There's something about earth energy. Sorry, I'm not even laughing for the reason you think I'm laughing, because you know how many layers there are to this reality? A lot. So I'm like stuffy right now, creepy music playing. I need to get my head in the game. But there could be something to do with that Gemini or Aries. So this can also have to do with your own ability to communicate in an assertive and aggressive manner, and also in a raw manner, like it just being more open and like I do think there's an opportunity for you to like actually speak before you think. That sounds really weird, and it's not usually good advice. But I actually feel like, once again, whether it's in your immediate environment, there's something about you having to speak first, act first on your inspiration and see if it's compatible. It's like, I really get that with the third house and Gemini. It's like if your neighbor's doing something that bothers you, like knock on the door and be like, what's up? Like, but just in a neutral way is really how I feel. And to test. Because once again, that could have been a psychopath, or that could have just been someone playing angel music. I have to see. It did stop as the reading starts. But is this angel readings or psycho readings? That's both. But they're both true. Anyway, why am I making it about this? So let's show you. Your opportunity is the 8 of Wands, and your challenge is the Judgment card. So I feel like there's something that needs to happen. There's something that you need to say. There's something that someone needs to say to you to like call a judgment on about it. This could even be someone that you're thinking about, that they're just always on your mind. It's like, okay, I just need to talk to this person from my past to like see if the spark is there. Because I really feel like there's some situation that for a lot of you, there's new love coming in, but it is risky. That's what this is about. For the 21st to the 27th, Aquarius, maybe you're bored with the neighborhood chit chat. Well, it's about there being a lot of divine protection at play in a soul contract that maybe you didn't realize was there before. Let me show you. So someone could be under judgment as well. With the judgment card being in your challenge, there could be a situation in your life where someone is under judgment, perhaps in a Gemini third house way, trying to mess with you in some sort of way. But anyway, it looks like it's going to be a pretty smooth week. I mean, you have the Chariot, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Cups here when it comes to this week for you. So I feel like there's a lot of questioning whether or not you want to stay in a particular location in terms of your primary living arrangement. And I'm telling you, everything I say is for a reason. If you need to test the waters. You might think your neighbors are like crazy crackheads, and then you become like friends with them, because in the world that we live in now, yeah, everyone's like, it's just changing. All right, so you need to question your surroundings. If not, I do feel like there's an opportunity to travel or to communicate through divine protection. Some of you have not been reaching out to someone, or some of you have not been communicating in a way that you would want to because of this like fear of judgment. There could be a certain level of a judgment with this relationship opening up for you, or for some of you reopening up. There could be a high level of judgment about it in some sort of way. There can be people who are thrown off by it, including yourself. But now there was, okay, I think that there's something about a missing piece of information about a relationship that just makes it like, oh, I kind of thought that's what it was, but my mind had to tell me that I was dealing with, a crazy person. And you probably still are, but we're all crazy, so it's just in a different way. And with Gemini and Aries, that's like having crazy fun together too. You might need to go egg your neighbor's house just to see how they respond. Is this person going to hurt me or try to hurt me, or are they going to be like, I'm going to egg you back? Like, but even then, that's still weird. It's all weird. So there could be this really big feeling of like, okay, I've gotten evidence that I'm divinely protected, and there's this new love thing opening up, and I need to communicate more. But you need to communicate more with people that you really want to communicate with, and random people, and more aggressively. Some of you need to actually because like, if you want to know what I've been doing this year, it hasn't been a really stable year for me, if you haven't noticed, but at the same time, it's been the most stabilizing year ever. Because I basically, it's like F around it. The more you F around, the more you find out. Well, I've F'd around a lot, and I've found out a lot. And I kind of think it's like this thing, because we're talking about Gemini, early schooling, the third house stuff. It's almost like when you're in a school, you think you're going to get so, like, oh, if you get called to the principal's office, you're going to get in so much trouble and your life is over. Once you graduate, you're like, damn, I could have done a little bit more. I could have messed around a bit more. I could have pursued that person because blah, blah, blah. Like, it's the same thing. You are kind of like becoming more of a lucid dreamer. But like I said, there's something here about travel. When it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and also the Two of Wands. So it looks like there is a new love offer coming in for you. There's new love in the air here, Aquarius, for you. Could have to do with an Aries, Gemini, and then there's a lot of Earth sign energy here. Okay, a lot of Earth sign energy. So there could be some sort of love offer from the 21st to the 27th, but there's also something about as it develops, as it gets more serious, maybe communication opens up or something, then you start going back to negative Nancy. Well, let me just weigh these options here. Okay, because you do have the Knight of Cups right above the Two of Wands, and so there can be a love offer that you actually want to extend as well, and you may be making this judgment. See, because I feel like if you're a female Aquarius watching this, there could be a earth sign male that you are actually like, and I don't know what that means, but that's what it means. So, and then in what you don't see coming of the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and also the Four of Wands here, when it comes to what you don't see coming for this week, I feel like once again there's a need. Okay, you're in your search of your ninth and your 10th cup. You're done with the 8 of cups. The ninth and the 10th are more satisfying. There's some form of crappy security you're leaving behind, and you're moving towards more of your own stability in your life, and even a rite of passage. So some of you are actually questioning, maybe it's time for me to get out of my comfort zone, maybe, because there is a lot of travel here. Like, that's just, if it's not travel, then it's going to be communication. Like, I literally, it's like some spell has been actually broken for a lot of you, and now you're like, well, what do I do now that this is broke? And I wish I said this earlier, there may have been some sort of thing in your bloodline, some sort of thing in your spirituality, an entity, spirit guides, the world, whatever, that made your avatar that was being messed with, or like there was some sort of heavy weight that is actually lifted now. So now that weight is lifted, like, you are going to have a lot more freedom of movement. You are going to have a lot of options that you actually didn't have before, because you were just so focused on like overcoming weird ass, people calling judgment on you, because maybe that's whatever that thing, that heavy weight on your shoulders was like causing them to judge you and your relational choices negatively, or like there's just a big weight lifted off your shoulders. So let's go ahead and start clarifying this. Let's clarify why the Chariot is here in your overall general energy, Aquarius. Why is the Chariot card here for you for this week? We have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this cycle is over. Being on the outside, the 5 of Pentacles is all about lack in the material realm, and you have divine protection to change that if that's what you're going through right now. But there could also be a situation that you were questioning for a long time. There is an energy, I don't know for you, so there's an energy coming to me, talking to me about a specific person, that maybe this went really bad, or maybe this is some sort of experience of your own lack, like a relationship went bad, it put you into a downward spiral or something like that. I feel like there's so much protection for you, Aquarius, to get out of that. And it is time to F around and find out. That's what I'm saying. Usually if you egg your neighbor's house without saying anything to them, you're going to get either you're going to get arrested, something dramatic is going to happen that you don't want. But if you egg your neighbor's house to this, and hey, take everything with a grain of salt, but if you egg your neighbor's house, you're not even going to get in trouble, and you're going to make a new friend. And for some of you, that the analogy is coming through this way because some of you are just sitting in the same vicinity, the same location, the same city, the same house, and it's becoming ridiculous, and you know it, and everyone knows it. It's like, what are you going to do here? Now, for those of you that don't want to take the random eggnog neighbor option, then there is that specific person on your mind who you may have. This may have been judgment. There could have been some sort of 5 of Wands competition that you don't want to be involved in. There could have been in the past some sort of form of love competition that you were just like, hey, I don't want any of that. And now you're kind of saying, well, why? Or even is that real? As much as you thought. And then you have, but then you have the 2 of Wands and also the 4 of Wands when it comes to, I don't know why I thought I was just clarifying the King of Pentacles. So there's this risky option when it comes to a homecoming. That's the song in my head right now. It's like homecoming. So there feels like a homecoming. It could be you coming back to your own soul. But for a lot of you, this could involve some sort of twin flame type of energy, because whenever we're talking about Aries, the physical body, and Gemini, the twins, and then we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles here in this reading, there certainly is that twinning, winning element. But then again, some of you may be I don't know. Let's see. Let's clarify what the Judgment card is here. This could be part of what this is about. The Judgment card is clarified by the 5 of Wands, the Judgment card again, the Knight of Swords, and also the King of Cups. All right, so this could involve another, if you're a female watching this, this could be like involving another man, a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, man. I don't know, there could be a couple people different involved in this thing. there could also be just games being played in your life as a result of this whole thing, and that you don't care. It's like, I think that you're done sitting out on the sideline. Like, that's just what it feels to me. Like, no matter what you have going on, I know this reading is not as specific as it usually is. There's a lot going on right now. My brain is not really thinking perfectly straight. But I feel like there's this question of, like, how much do I want to F around and find out, like, in life right now? Because you have that golden ticket to do so. And I really feel like it would benefit you to communicate. Speaking of that, let's clarify why the 8 of Wands is here. You have the 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. So that it's like the Page of Cups leads to the 10 of Cups. Emperor. Okay, well, if you are dealing with an Aries, which some of you are, based on this reading, the Emperor is a very good analogy for Aries, is the Page of Cups and the Emperor combined. You're either dealing with a child or you're dealing with the boss, and they kind of fluctuate. So some of you actually have this prospect in front of you of long-term emotional fulfillment, control, and fun. That's also what I feel like. I feel like this is a rebirth of the frequency of having fun in your life. Some of you, this could have been a relationship in the past that was very Page of Cups like, but the Emperor is showing up as an opportunity now, and there could be some judgment involved in this for those reasons. Let's clarify why. Let's clarify why the Ace of Cups is the centerpiece to your reading and what you don't see coming. That's why I keep going on about love. 2 of Wands. You have the 2 of Wands twice. It is kind of like timeline altering. Then you have the 8 of Wands and the 4 of Wands as well, to clarify the 8 of Cups. So this could be a level of isolation that you or your person is emerging out of. I feel like it's you. This is like hibernation is over. You know, it's already been spring, but I guess some of you had to wait for the summer. And your hibernation phase is over. And I actually feel like, I don't know, I think there's... I was singing in my head, you need to tell something, you need to communicate something to someone. Some of you are going to procrastinate and make that egg your neighbor's house instead of contacting the person you want to really contact. I think you probably want to contact them because I think they'd be open to it. I think that there's a lot of potential between you and someone here. But I also think you really need to get honest about whether or not you're going to stay where you're at right now in terms of living. So that's what I got for you, Aquarius. I hope that this reading helped you. Get loud. Speak about it. And you may have the best relational option ever right now.